Here in Port Charles? Unbelievable.
Oh, it's way more believable than that pathetic attempt at a poker face.
Come again?
You're already toasting yourself, aren't you? Mission accomplished, huh?
It's a coincidence. A fortunate coincidence.
Well, let's just examine that coincidence, shall we? Impossibly spoiled intern with two things he'd move mountains for. A surgical residency and Julie Devlin. Are you with me so far?
Did somebody get this woman a hobby?
And Bennett Devlin is the quickest route to both. So what did you do? Did you call him and tell him his little princess was on the rocks? I got paged, Dr. Julie Morris. Is there a problem with one of my patients?
Not unless you know something I don't know. I mean, it's been so quiet, we've actually gotten work
Sure
done.
now. My word as a gentleman. I'll handle it.
There she is.
Well, someone paged me. Could you check?
Sure, of course. Great.
Look no further. I stand accused.
Daddy.
This was a very good year. After months of trampling the grapes of wrath, behold, champagne. And hopefully a sparkling performance from my leading lady. Careful cultivation, blending, a succession of precise and skilled gestures, and finally, opening night. It's a pity I won't be there to see their faces when she pops this little bombshell.
It's about Serena.
Danielle, Serena's fine. She just left with her dad.
No,
What's wrong?
I can't.
You can't what?
You know what? I can't do this. I can't work for you anymore. I shouldn't have come here.
What is the problem?
You know, if I hadn't met you, none of this would have happened.
What wouldn't have happened?
All right, sit down. Sit. Take a deep breath, try and relax, and tell us what is going on and how does this pertain to Serena?
And you'd better learn fast if you want to save your boyfriend's pathetic life.
I'm Serena's mother.
I don't know what the hell you are, but you are certainly not Serena's mother.
Speak the speech as I pronounced it to you. Tripping on the tongue. So come on now, dig deep. Whoa, 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 don't dig so deep. We want to save some of those tears for your performance. Remember, they're not going to believe you at first, not after such a shocking statement. So be anguished, be apologetic, but be in control.
How could I be in control? I'm not in control.
Why? Oh, Jake, I almost forgot about the poor boy. Well, then do it for him. What do you say? I never wanted to come back to Port Charles, but when I saw my sweet little girl...
My Serena, I had to say something.
Why are you doing this?
I think I'd like to know that too.
I couldn't keep the secret any longer. Not from you. You have been so good to me. It was killing me. I had to say something.
Well, she is not yours. I carried her. I carried her in my body because my friend, my very best friend, asked me to. It was her last dying wish, and that woman was your sister. How can you do this? How can you walk into my home and lie like this? I'm not listening to this.
I don't know what it is you want to accomplish, but I think you're out of your mind.
It's true. The egg that was fertilized and transplanted into the surrogate mother, you, wasn't Dominique's. It was mine.
Do people really buy that innocent look of yours?
Read my lips. Devlin's coming here has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, right. And what were you planning on doing once you got into his good graces? Are you going to destroy the evil Frank and become Dr. Son-in-Law?
As a matter of fact, my ultimate goal is world domination. But first, I must get rid of Batman. Get real.
Oh, honey, this is real enough. Bennett Devlin is famous for eating his equals. And his protégés? Appetizers.
You know a lot about him.
We met when he showed up to see Julie. But I know the pathology anyway. Gross amounts of vanity where humanity should have been.
All that from a first impression.
Some people are crystal clear. All you need is one moment to get the whole picture. Kind of like when I first met you. Dad, what are you doing here?
That was my doing, Julie.
I just wanted to get you before you left the restaurant.
What's happened?
It was very interesting. I wanted you to be the first to know.
First, I'd like you to meet someone.
Forgive me.
Frank Scanlon, sir. Good to meet you.
Likewise.
Dr. Quartermaine.
How you doing, Frank?
Good.
Are you the Scanlon on the intern list?
You've seen the intern list?
No, that Scanlon would be my brother, Joe.
Ah, I see. Well,
Excuse me, I have some calls to make.
Thanks, Frank. So, what's the news?
I think I'll let the chief of staff do the honors.
Well, when I found out that a surgeon of Dr. Devlin's renown and stature was here in town, I just took it upon myself to ask him to stay for a while.
How did you know he was in town?
Well, actually, I was curious about the hospital, and I thought I'd come by and check it out. I ran into Alan.
And you asked Dad to stay?
To hold some seminars for the interns and the staff.
Oh?
We were just swapping stories.
And I thought it would be great for the staff to hear some of these stories.
I know it's unexpected.
Yes, it is.
Let me give you every assurance that insofar as this hospital is concerned, you will always be Dr. Julie Morris, unless you choose otherwise.
Well, it seems all the decisions have been made.
I should have spoken to you first.
It makes things a little more complicated than I planned.
Would you translate? Is she telling me I'm going to be cramping her style?
I have no idea. I'm going to let the two of you talk privately. I'm out of here.
Are you tired of me already?
You know I'm not. But you know I have to do this alone. No nepotism, no favors.
But what's changed?
You'll be right here.
I can keep your secret just as well here as I can in Chicago. Trust me.
Of course. But I have to prove...
I know. You still think you have to prove that you can do it by yourself. Julie, I really respect that. I do. And if you want me to get on a plane, I'm gone.
What if I said I wanted you to go?
I told you. I'd go.
And what would Dr. Quartermaine say?
I'll deal with him.
I can't do that. He's so thrilled to have you here. I'll figure things out.
Agreed? Dr. Morris?
Thanks, Dr. Devlin.
You see before you the embodiment of discretion. Alan, I think we've reached a suitable compromise.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I'll look forward to attending your seminars, Doctor. I hear he's brilliant.
I am sure that our staff will benefit tremendously from Dr. Devlin's knowledge and experience.
Get your calls made?
Yeah, I gotta jump on some work for tomorrow.
And what is it exactly that you do?
Frank is one of Port Charles' finest paramedics.
And coach of the baseball team, if my memory serves.
Yes, Port Charles summer baseball champions.
Aha, you must be so proud.
Frank also teaches English.
Yeah, just part-time at my old high school.
A Renaissance man. I bet you play first cello for the symphony, too.
Yeah, well, I had to give that up. I got carpal tunnel from writing the great American novel.
That's very funny. That's very funny. Most men in our profession tend to take themselves so seriously.
Present company accepted.
Of course.
Excuse me, did you say you made reservations for 8?
Well, Alan's asked me to do a consult on one of his patients.
If I'd known you had plans.
Listen, Dr. Morris knows that a physician's plans often change.
Right.
My apologies to you both.
Listen, eating well is indeed the best revenge. Do some damage on me.
No, thanks. I've got it covered.
Well, fine. Rain check, then. I have a feeling we'll be seeing a lot of each other.
Looks like it.
All right, just because I'm interested, how does a lowly house officer such as myself manage to convince Bennett Devlin, M.D., world-famous surgeon, to put his entire career on hold and hang out in Port Charles?
Every man has his weakness. Even self-appointed demigods.
You really seem to know a lot about him.
I know the type. His reputation precedes him.
All right, how would I know?
Well, that's a fairly easy coincidence. Especially if someone had Cooper's file on Julie.
Oh, here we go again. You know, you put way too much faith in the contents of that folder.
No, come on. If Cooper knew about Karen's past life as a stripper, he certainly could have known that Julie changed her name. And other little tidbits that he could use to lure Devlin here.
You know, you gotta put that little brain of yours on overload. The man came to see his daughter.
Well, before you go into phase 2 of your little plan to worm your way into the house of Devlin, think about this. What would happen if Julie found out that you've had your scummy little paws on her file for the past 3 months?
Do you think she'd believe anything you tell her?
Maybe not. But I'll bet her doting daddy would.
I wasn't supposed to tell. I promised Dominique.
Yeah, well, you did tell. Now, why now?
Why, is this what you want? Are you intending to hurt us? Is that it?
I shouldn't have come here.
But you did. Look at you. You're standing in my home. I invited you into my home. I even gave you a job. This is how you repay me, by coming in here and lying to me?
I didn't want to hurt anyone, especially you. I can't lie to them.
Of course you can. Remember, you're doing this for Jake. Think about all those toxins speeding their way through his veins with every beat of his heart, with every tick of the clock. And all because of you.
Me?
Yes, we had a plan. You were distracted. Are you paying attention now?
Yes.
Good. Let's see. Here we go. This was all Dominique's idea, but she was so ill, so fragile. She was afraid of introducing her cancerous cells into her best friend, Danielle.
She was afraid.
Yes, she was afraid, but still filled with a desire, with a need to spawn with that buffoon she married. So she needed another donor, one who'd have a close genetic link to hers. And all of this was done for love.
Dominique had just found out that I existed, and I had just found out that Avery Stanton was my father. It was right after my mother died. Her death came very sudden. I was a mess. And then I met the sister that I had always fantasized about having. After we compared our life stories and pictures, she told me she was dying. I mean, to find someone and then lose them, it just all happened very fast.
Sounds like it.
She asked me if I would help her husband have a child. I couldn't say no. You would do the same thing, right?
You did not meet Dominique. She would have told me that. The woman she asked to carry her child. Look at you. I liked you. I was trying to be your friend. I even thought you acted and looked like Dominique. But you don't, not at all, because Dominique would never be and do something so cruel and so hateful as you're trying to do. I don't even want to look at you. Get out of my house. I'm not listening to anything.
Lucy!
I want you to leave right now.
Lucy,
I
please!
said leave now! Get out!
It's not true. It cannot be true.
Preposterous! And it's cruel.
Then why? Why would she do something like this? Why lie?
You know, that finger you're pointing at me could just as easily be turned on you.
Why me? I haven't done a thing.
Easy, Scarlett. You're the jealous roommate.
Jealous?
All that whining you do about how Julie gets all the breaks. Now, that alone could have led you to make trouble for her. Of course, I'm not one to accuse.
You'd be lying.
Truth, untruth. It's all sort of a gray area.
Oh, don't give me that gray area. We both know where the truth lies.
All right. You ready for a little truth or dare?
I've been ready all night.
Fine. There she is. Why don't you, go share your suspicions with Julie? I dare you.
You want me to call and see if they still have our table?
No. All of a sudden, the recovery room seems a lot more appropriate.
So?
He's staying.
That's about the fourth time you said that.
Don't get me wrong. I love my father, and I'm really glad to see him.
But?
But I love him. I really do. Maybe not some of the things he does. Did you like him?
Oh, I don't know him yet.
Frank.
Hey, look, all you need to know about me is that I'm on your side.
Hey.
You want a drink?
Too bad I already used my get ripped on Martini's card.
Ginger ale.
Perfect. I better get this over with. Hi, guys. Hi. Hey. Julie, wow. OR black tie optional tonight?
I should have stopped her after the second round. You want to pull off a chair?
No, thanks. I have something to tell you. You two and Frank are the only ones who know who my father is, and I really need to keep it that way.
My lips are sealed.
Safe with me. Thanks. I wouldn't freak out under different circumstances. Different circumstances? He's going to be staying in Port Charles for a while. I thought he was only supposed to be here for just a couple days. No. He spoke to Dr. Quartermaine. He's going to lead some seminars at the hospital.
Oh, that's terrific.
Yay! Team. I don't know what I'm going to do yet about everything, so if you could not say anything...
Anything about what?
Thanks. I have to go. Where? Work. I thought she was off tonight.
She is. I should get going, too. My bed's starting to miss me. You have fun.
Thanks, Chris, really.
Bye.
Here you go.
Thanks.
Hey, you don't have to pretend for me.
He's staying.
So what now, Dr. Morris?
And the curtain falls to deafening applause. So, how did it go? Did you get a standing ovation?
You bastard.
Why, thank you. I'm sure you were brilliant. Cheers.
I did what you want. Get Jake the antidote now.
Months have gone by since Serena was kidnapped, and we've been waiting for that other shoe to fall.
And it's the wrong damn shoe. Are you all right?
I'm furious. I am so furious, but it's not just at her, it's at me. Why didn't I see it, Doc? Why didn't I feel something was wrong?
I didn't see this coming either, and I'm trained to observe people.
I just can't believe it. Why? Why would she say something like this?
You know Danielle. Could she dream up something like this on her own?
No, not at all, not from what I've seen.
But Rex Stanton could.
You're right. You're absolutely right. This has the smell of Rex/Gustav Bausch all over it.
But if Danielle is as innocent as you say she is, why would she go along with it?
Oh, I don't know. Did you think she seemed scared? Like maybe she was terrified? I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe this Rex has some sort of twisted, sick hold on her, like a Manson or a Jim Jones or somebody.
I wonder.
I blew it, didn't I? I was supposed to stay calm, right? I was supposed to stay cool, calm, and collected, just be investigative, get some information, but I couldn't. Not when she was pretending to be Serena's mother.
But could Dominique have done something like that to Scott?
No, absolutely not. Scott.
Right.
I'm so glad he wasn't here. I don't know what he would have done to her. You know, he would have killed her. Serena is everything to him. You know that, and it's the only piece of Dominique he has left.
That's what I was thinking.
He's gonna be home soon.
And we'll have to tell him.
I know.